Good morning, everyone. I certainly hope everybody is having a pleasant day. Actually, what I hope is the person that I just recently added is watching. Because this one's for you, asshole. All right. What do we do about people that talk shit behind our back, guys? What do we do? Because I got one of them. They've been doing a real good job of hiding themselves for the last year, but I figured them out. Here's the thing, okay? If I'm talking to someone and they start talking shit about somebody else, I'm walking away. I don't want any part of that crap. Right? I don't. I don't want any part of it. So quit trying to drag me into your guys' little party over there because I don't want any part of it. I'm working on recovery, guys. Right? And the way I see it is if you have enough time to go around and talk crap about other people just in general, then you got a lot of work to do on your program, right? So, yeah, we'll deal with that after this. It's called the cease and desist order. Nifty stuff. I have very solid boundaries, and I do not mess around. So here's the thing: we're gonna talk about the sunlight of the spirit today. All right, and the sunlight of the spirit encompasses a lot of things. And I certainly don't like being general. You guys know me. All right. So I'm going to use the sunlight of the spirit for kind of what I was just talking about and discussing the difference between sobriety and recovery. Okay. So we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit. And I'm going to do a reading. Of course, we're going to do our ODAT, our daily reflection. So at one point, I had 12 years of sobriety. Right? So this is one way, right? And I was in recovery. I was steeped in recovery until, I don't know, my 7th, 8th year of sobriety. Then I decided I didn't need AA anymore. Or I didn't need to go to as many meetings. I didn't need that fellowship. I was also pretty young and everybody in AA was kind of old. That wasn't totally true. Okay. That was just a thought process that my mind gave me. I mean, heck, I had just gotten done starting up a thing called Sissy Paw, the Colorado Coalition of Young People in AA. Okay, so there really was no reason. And I'll tell you what happened. I stepped out of the sunlight of the spirit. Okay, I stepped away from God and what He wanted me to do. And that's why I relapsed. That's one situation of the sunlight of the spirit. Okay. Then there are those who never feel it. Okay. So I want to, have you ever seen the movie Poltergeist? Some of you have, some of you haven't. So I'm going to kind of describe it. So this family moves into this new house, right? And turns out, got a poltergeist, right? So by the end of the movie, these dead people are popping out. And the guy that moved in, who's playing, the guy that played coach, he's going talking to his boss who had him move into the house. They were real estate agents. They sold houses, right? And he's shaking him. He's like, "You moved the tombstones, but you didn't move the bodies." Hey, this is the same thing. This is the difference between sobriety and recovery. Okay, sobriety, you got sober, you moved the tombstones, but you didn't move the bodies. Makes sense? Okay. Right? People in sobriety usually don't have a 12-step group that they go to. They don't have friends around them. They don't have fellowship. And they'll usually deny you something or they'll reach out for help and then deny it at the last second. Okay? Because what they're trying to do is show you that they're willing, but they're not really. It's a facade. And part of the problem is they don't even know it. They think what they are doing is right. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong. Certainly, I mean, heck, we've made a pretty good step, right? We've gotten rid of alcohol. Okay, that's a big thing. So even health wise, good job, man. Okay, but how happy are you? See, the problem is when you're in sobriety, you try and help other people, but the problem is you can barely even help yourself yet because you haven't done the work. You have to do the work, or you're not going to get the benefits. Period. I've been watching this since 1989. AA's been watching it since 1932, and we're not wrong. I guarantee you, we are not wrong on that. Okay? You can see the difference between people right here. It's the gateway to the soul, man. Just look at them in the eye and say, are you doing the work? Yeah. No, you're not. Okay? So you're going to have a pretty hard time being in sobriety around a bunch of recovery people. You're going to have a hard time with that. You're going to feel lonely. You're going to feel left out. Right? You probably don't feel like you're really getting anywhere. And you probably feel very, very unsatisfied. Every day. God, I feel unsatisfied. Right? What could it be? It's because you haven't done the work. You're not willing, you're not open-minded, and you're not honest. Therefore, you're not in recovery. Period. Right? I saw a thing today. Tommy Lee, 1 year sober. Good. Good for him. So fucking what? Okay? In the last year, I haven't heard him giving anything to our community. I don't care. I think it's neat. Good for him. If it's even true. I don't know. Heck, anybody could have made that meme up, right? It's not that hard. So really, it comes down to our actions. Our actions are going to speak so much louder than our words. So much louder. Sorry, I was just enjoying the silence. Okay. I love quiet, man. Like in our meetings, sometimes we have our meetings and everybody's all quiet. I'm like, so nice. I'll sit there the whole hour. I don't mind. All right. So December 3rd, our ancient enemy, self-will. This goes right. I had only read a little bit of it because I was more focused on this, and God always backs me up. So our ancient enemy, self-will, wears a mask, confronting me with this sort of rationalization. And it is so cool how God works, man. I mean, immediately, too. It's just so cool. Why do I have to lean on God? Hasn't he already given me the intelligence to think for myself? He has. He has given us the intelligence to think for ourselves. And I'm sure he did that intentionally so that we didn't have to come to him on how to wipe our butts. Right? He doesn't want to be bugged all day long. Man, let God have an hour break. Why do I have to lean on God? Hasn't he already given me the intelligence to think for myself? I know I already read it, but it's just... So what is the first word in that whole thing? Why? Okay. First off, if we're asking why, we're arguing with God. Okay. What? But why, God? If you're open-minded and you do your meditation, you may already have the answer. You just got to shut the fuck up and listen. Right? The other reason, why do I have to lean on God? Because if you don't, your life's going to be all jacked up. Do you need another reason? All right. No, I don't need another reason. I have to pause when such thoughts creep into my mind, remembering that I've never really been able to bring about the results I wanted simply by relying on my own devices. There you go. Right? What's the other reason why? Because you got work to do. That's why. Why am I an alcoholic? Why do I have this mental disease? And I got 4 mental diseases, guys. Come on. Pick one. Let's roll dice. Right? If I can have fun, if I can have fun with my PTSD and anxiety and come on and do this, anybody can. Anybody can get sober. I wish I had pictures. I may have pictures of my last 2 months somewhere in there. I didn't let people take photos of me. I wanted simply to, by relying on okay, I'm not self-sufficient, nor do I know all the answers. Bitter experience alone teaches me that. Do I know that I need God's guidance? Am I willing to accept it? Well, doesn't that blow away that God never gives us more than we can handle? Doesn't that kind of remove that now? I believe that God gives us more than we can handle so that we will reach out to his children. Otherwise, this stubborn alcoholic will not reach out. I will do it by myself, okay? Because it's a natural thing for us, guys. It's a natural thing, okay? That's why we check in. I check in with myself all the time. All the time. I even do it on here. Do I know that I need God's guidance? Am I willing to accept it? Yes, I am so willing. Okay? The gift of desperation, right? Well, now that the gift of desperation is over, are you still as willing? Are you more willing than you were before? Where is your willingness status? Is it 100%? Or are you sitting at 82 today? 82 is okay. Okay? It's not about whether you're there or not. It's about recognizing it. Okay? Because once you've recognized it, the power is gone. Well, can be if that's the choice that you make, if you got to that point. Right? But that stuff takes time. It does. I pray that as I become stronger in my convictions and in my sobriety, I will not begin to shrug off my dependence on a higher power. May I continue to pray for guidance even when things seem to be going along smoothly. May I know that I need my higher power as much in times of triumph as in times of trauma. Today I'll remember self-sufficiency is a godless myth. No. Self-sufficiency is just godless. There's nothing there. So what do we get when we stand in the sunlight of the Spirit? Okay, like right now it's kind of cold out, right? And before I came in, and before I did this, and went out and had a cigarette, and I sat in the sun. I went out into the yard, got in some sunlight. Why? Because that vitamin D makes me feel good. I like that. I like to feel the warmth. It kind of gives me the nourishment that I need. And being in the sunlight of the Spirit and living my life there is the same thing. I am nourishing my spiritual connection with God. Okay? I am making myself more whole. Okay? We have to take care of ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. There's 4 of them. Not 3. People, there's 3. No. Okay. Mental and emotional are different. Okay. And then, because people always remember the spiritual, but they'll usually hit like physical, mental, and spiritual and forget the emotional. But no, they tend to tie these 2 together. No, they're separate. Mental and emotional are different. Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. Okay. Right? Mental, spiritual, emotional, physical. Got it? Got to keep this stuff simple for us, huh? We really do. I hope you guys have a great day, everyone. And I hope some of you can let go whatever it is that you're feeling and move on with your day, even if it's about me. Have a great day, guys. I love you. Bye. And have a day. Bye.